Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today. This is Making Role Models and I am Becky Jacobs. If you're a returning subscriber, I so much appreciate you coming back. And if you are new here, please kindly subscribe and join this family, this wonderful family, and I promise you, you will not regret it. So today I want to tackle the questions that came up from the past two videos. So I want to answer the questions that you asked when I posted the videos. I got some questions privately actually, so I'm still going to answer everything all in this video. So let me start with this. So the number one question is this: does it matter when the woman is older than the man in a relationship, that both of you want to get married? You definitely enter the relationship because you wanted to get married, and the woman is older than the man. Probably you didn't know at first, or sometimes it is glaring that the woman is older than the man. Does it matter? Now I would say that if it doesn't matter to either of you, then it doesn't matter, because somehow age should not be a problem. Age doesn't really truly matter like that, especially 2 years, 5 years, age difference. I know that what is custom or what is traditional is that the man will be older than the woman, but there is nowhere that it's stated in the Bible or in any constitution that a man should be older than the woman in a relationship. It is just somehow something that we brought in by ourselves traditionally, probably because we just know that the man is the head of the woman. But if the woman can submit, and if the man can love the woman, I don't think their age difference will be any problem in that relationship. So does age really matter? Does it matter when the woman is older than the man in a relationship? I would say no. If it doesn't matter to both of you, well, it doesn't matter. If the woman can submit, no matter, because as much as you're talking about the age, the same way you can talk about if the woman is like more qualified than the man, maybe educationally, has more money than the man. That is all those things we have to put in place. Does it matter? No. If the woman can submit, no matter her age, no matter her level, her career, no matter where she is, she's higher class is higher than the husband. If she can submit for the husband, then it doesn't matter. It is when she cannot submit, then it becomes an issue. What if your parents insist that you must marry their own candidate? Your parents, they have their own girl that they want you to marry, and when you decide that you want to use your own eyes, because after all the Bible says, he that findeth a wife, you want to search by yourself, and your parents are like, well, that one that you bring is too short, and then you bring another one and say this one is too black, and then say this one is too this, is too the other one. What do you do in that case? Well, the only thing I can say is that keep on praying. Keep on praying. And also, you also should open up your heart, because sometimes God will use your parents to help you to shuffle, so to speak, to shuffle and to sieve away the people that are not right for you. So many times, a girl that you are thinking that, oh, this girl, she's beautiful, I love her, when their parent is insisting that no, there are sometimes there are some things that you will discover later about such a girl that you'll be wondering, how did they know when they said no? That probably if you avoided it and you now discover later, you'll be thanking God for your parents that said no to her or to him. So so many times, what I would say, I will continue, because parental blessing is so important that you just must. I'm not saying that you should just take their own candidate and say, well, thank God, it's even easy for you since they have no. I will still advise you that you should search for your wife by yourself and be convinced by yourself, because when there is any kind of issue in that marriage, it is your own conviction that will keep you going. well, because no relationship or no marriage is without a problem, like, should I say problem or challenge. No relationship is without a challenge. No marriage is without a challenge. So there will be a time when a challenge will come. It is your own conviction that will make you, that will keep you going there. It cannot be the conviction of your pastor or of your mom or your dad or whoever. It must be your own conviction. Are you sure? Was it God that told you? What did you see? Did you see something? So those things will make you to keep on moving when challenge comes, and you will see that you can be able to beat and get past whatever challenge that comes during that or in the course of your relationship with that person in future. So when your parent insists that you marry their own candidate, you need to pray. You just need to just go back and continue praying. Go back and continue praying. And that is why don't wait until when you want to get married before you pray. Now I know a lot of people that will be watching this thing now, they'll be like, they will like, oh, this is the right time for me to hear this. But so many times it would have been better for you to hear this many years, a long time before you decide that you want to marry. Because it's not when you say you want to marry that you should now be praying. You should have started praying long time, so that things will just be falling in place for you. So the next question is this: a woman that was well behaved during the time of courtship, and then probably after some months you decide to wed. What happens when after wedding she changes, her behavior changes? What happens? What do you do, or how do you avoid that kind of thing? What I would say is this: human beings are just, we know how to pretend a lot. So it can happen for a man, it can happen for a woman. The same way women can change their character once they become comfortable and once they get married, that is the same way men can also change. Because the way it happens is this: men, any man that is listening to this will bear me witness that when you want a woman, when a man wants a woman, by all means, whatever it will take for them to get that woman, it will just be like their next achievement, their next goal. They will keep off everything. They will do anything at all to get her. And once they get her, they have achieved that aim. So everything that they let go, now they will go back to it, and then they will show their real color. The same way a woman pretends and behaves like an angel to you because she wants to settle down. Once she enters that family and settles down, then you begin to see her true color. That is another reason why you should pray. So you pray, you don't allow beauty or maybe all this charisma and all those kind of things to charm you. The Bible says beauty is deceptive. So you need to really pray before you marry. Don't be deceived, don't be carried away. There are some other things that will help you. Along the line, during your courtship, there are some things that you will be, when you are talking, that you will be communicating, that you will be hearing. All this kind of, is a slip of tongue. Is a slip of tongue. I don't believe in slip of tongue. The Bible said that they from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So it is what is inside of somebody that the person will speak out. Even though he or she may not want or may not like people to know that side of them at that time. So when they say it, they will say, oh, it's a mistake. I made a mistake by saying it. But the truth is that is who he is. That is who she is. That is, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Whatever somebody says, just know when they say, and then they will say, oh, it's a joke. I'm joking. All those things, take them into consideration. I'm not saying that you should be overreacting and be any mistake that somebody makes. People make mistake. But when mistake is different. Character cannot be a mistake. Somebody's character is never a mistake. Unless somebody works hard, him or herself, to change some kind of bad characters about him or her. I mean, the character stay with people. That is them. So you cannot remove the stripes from a zebra. They will remain there. So people change after wedding. So you need to pray, because what you don't see is more than what you see. That is why you need to pray. So how to avoid this is to pray. And what happens when it has happened already? What do? Well, you need to start what should I say, manage. You need to start knowing how to live with that person. If you can see a way to still cope, because now that is what you have settled down for. So you need to know how to live with him or with her, if you can live with him or her, if he's not a total devil. But if he's a okay, somebody said, how can a lady be convinced when a man comes to her and says, you are my wife? God said you are my wife. I don't believe in all those kind of spirituality to the level that somebody will just come to you and say, God said you are my wife. Now prove it. If God told you you are my wife, then God should tell me also that, well, he's your husband. God should also tell me. So the same God that told you, then, well, I need to hear God too. So for a man to go ahead and be telling a woman directly that you are my wife, I count it as, jargons. Just go. If you like a woman, if you see a lady and you like her, you think that you can marry her, you think that she's somebody that you can say to, talk things out with her. Now, in my own case, my husband knew that I was his wife. God told him that but he didn't come to me and say, God say you are my wife. He still came as a normal person, normal human being, and talk like a normal person. And even though a lot of things happened, I didn't accept at first and all those things, but all those things are history now. I'm his wife for how many years? Almost 15 years. So when a man says, God says, as a lady, I will tell you, run from that person. Those kind of people are just trying to use spirituality to tie you down, to make you to feel like, if God has said, then how can I now say that? How can I say no when God said? Please, don't allow anybody to tie you down with God say you are my wife. Let God that say you are his wife, let him tell you too. So that one doesn't work for me. How can we balance physical beauty or appearance of a woman with her spirituality? Beauty is deceptive. You cannot use somebody's physical beauty to gauge how spiritual the person will be. Unfortunately, and at the same time, you cannot say, because she's beautiful, she must be a marine spirit. She's ugly, this one should be spiritual. Is a lie. You just cannot use physical appearance to judge that one. The only way you can judge that spirituality is to get to know her. And the Bible said that who can know the things of the spirit, save the spirit, the spirit itself, because the Bible said that because the spirit judges all things. So the spirit knows all things, searches all things, the deep things of God. So it is only the spirit that can judge the things of the spirit. If you yourself have the spirit of God inside of you, and you to know whether somebody is spiritual or whether how spiritual or how unspiritual somebody is, just allow the Holy Spirit in you to do the work for you. So you do your homework. Your homework is to pray, is to have conversations, is to discuss and know when somebody, like I said, it is what somebody has inside of him that will be saying out. Somebody that is not spiritual, you will be hearing and feeling carnality all around when they are talking. So if you want to marry somebody that is spiritual, don't look at the beauty and don't say, it's when it's very beautiful, then it's dangerous. But when he's ugly, then you are and a witch can still be ugly, and marine spirits I don't know whether marine girls are always ugly too, but I just know that you just cannot use that one to judge. But you can see a beautiful babe that is still very spiritual and very born again. So just don't use the physical beauty or the physical appearance to gauge the spirituality, to say whatever way you want to put it. No, it does not work that way. Inside is inside and outside is outside. Okay. And the last for today that I have is that when you know that the relationship will not work, when you yourself already know, like, okay, but both of you know somehow because of the circumstances that are surrounding the relationship, both of you already know that this will not work. But the other person is not cooperating. You both know that it won't work, and the best thing that you should do is to break away, to break off, to cut off the relationship. And the person is just like, no, we will die here, we die together. For instance, two people in a kind of relationship, and then while they are planning to get married, they now went to their family. Maybe they went to the man's family, only to find out that they are like cousins. So that is the case of Amnon. Amnon said he was in love with his sister, even though it was his daughter of another mother, another wife of David. He said it was, and Jonadab, his friend, advised him on how he can actually have that his sister. At the end of the day, when Amnon raped or forced her sister Tamar, he hated her so much that the hatred that he now developed for her was much more than the love that he thought he had. That was not a love, that was lust. And at the end of the day, the brother of Tamar killed Amnon. He killed him. He found a good situation, a scenario where he was able to kill Amnon. So it was death that the lust led him to. So when you know that a relationship won't work for one reason or the other, probably because you know that you cannot settle down for, you know that this is like settling down for less, you know that you are worth much more than this kind of relationship, you know that this man is like a wife beater, he's going to beat you, he doesn't respect you, you know some things like that. Don't manage it and say, well, if I break it off now, then how long again? Oh, we have been in this relationship for 5 years. We have been in this relationship for 7 years. It doesn't matter how far, it is how well. Just break off that relationship, because once it is time for you to settle down, once your own person comes, you don't even have to wait until 1 year, until 5 years before you settle down and marry. At the end of the day, you should just click when the right person comes. So don't stay with the wrong person and say because it has been long, then we need to die there. Don't die there. Don't die there. Break it off. Cut it off. Cut off every. If she doesn't want to go, if he doesn't want to release you, or if he doesn't want to release you, if he keep on bothering you, if he keeps on stalking you, cut them off. If you need to get a restraining order, take a restraining order, and please let them stay away from you. Stay away from them so that they will not spoil your life. God bless you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Once again, subscribe to this channel, and you'll be able to get more videos from this table. And I love you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.